Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly rundown on Monday, March 4th, 2024. My name is Sonja Marie with Wordlife Astrology, here to offer up some awesome astrological information as well as some spiritual inspiration. I pray that you take it all to your heart, whatever resonates with you, and that you share it. I mean, what's the purpose of getting the energy and getting the information if you can't share it with someone else? Today is Monday, so let's kick it off. I have so much to share with you. Today, the moon is in Sagittarius. However, it will go into Capricorn at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? So while the moon is in Sagittarius, that offers up some exuberant feelings. Can't you tell? That's why I'm so gosh darn excited. The moon in Sagittarius offers up some jubilation. Yes, some really good optimistic feelings, some bluntness as well. This means that when the moon is in a particular sign, our emotional nature, our reactions to things, our connection with women particular takes on the energy of that moon. So today, with that moon being in Sag, is all things I just said, as well as being a little dismissive, as well as being a little blunt, and oftentimes a little insensitive as well. Sagittarius energy does not know how to curtail what it wants to express with someone's heart and mind. So if someone says something really blunt in a knee-jerk reaction kind of fashion to you, possibly maybe don't take it too much to heart and kind of look at the facts, right? But also, I always think about this. With the moon being in Sagittarius, try your best not to be so dismissive. And I say that in conjunction with the fact that Neptune is in Pisces, and there's a crazy square today with Neptune being in Pisces and that moon being in Sagittarius. So with the moon square in Neptune today, there could be a dismissive reason or a dismissive reaction to your dreams, to your imagination, to your downloads, the information that comes through. Now, what that can look like is maybe Spirit is trying to tell you something. God's trying to tell you something. The bottom line, if God is trying to tell you something, that moon in Sag says, oh, that wasn't God. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. It's dismissive. Oh, I'm too fast. I'm going to go over here. Oh, it doesn't matter the circumstances and or the consequences that comes from moving too fast. I'll catch it another time. Pause. With the moon squaring Neptune, if you move too fast, you might miss your blessings. If you move too fast, you might miss your connection to spirit. If you move too fast, you might miss your go when it comes to any type of artistic inspiration or aspirations that are trying to scream and stream through you. You want to be inspired. I know you've been looking for it. So do your best not to move too fast here on Monday and watch that thing walk right on by you. And then you're like, what happened to me? Well, it touched you. You just wasn't there. Also today, Mercury is sextiling Uranus. Mercury sextiling Uranus, because Mercury is in Pisces, sextiling Uranus, it says any communication that happens today, via through prayer, via spirit, via unconditional love, please, and or just some statements that want to come through and how somebody really loves you and identifies with your soul. These types of communication is coming through you to help you to usher some new changes, some innovative changes. This is all Uranus stuff. It's helping you to be original. I like that. So here's the example that I just got as a download. Possibly, maybe you turn on the TV. Possibly, maybe you turn on the radio. Possibly, maybe you listen to Sonja Marie. What's up, y'all? And there's a message that comes through like Mercury Pisces style. Almost like, how does she know? And that one piece of information helps to what? Trigger you to move like Uranus and switch your life, switch how you see things, switch your perspective. Allow it, because these are the changes that you've been looking for. It's the nice little dig and the jab of inspiration that you've been praying for. So get it on, yeah. On Tuesday, with that moon being in Capricorn, it's time to get to work. Like a doctor. The thing about it is when the moon is in Capricorn, it's always looking how to climb the mountain. What do I need to do to add another notch in my belt, to add another reward or award to my resume, to basically how do I succeed? How do I go further up the mountain? With the moon being in Capricorn, it will absolutely sextile Saturn in Pisces. Controlled emotions with the moon in Capricorn keep you disciplined, fearless, and hard working. That's what I'm talking about. There comes a time, oftentimes, when life begins to change, when life begins to dictate what it is that you need to do as opposed to what it is you've been holding on to so begrudgingly and want to do because your ego says it's not time yet. There comes a time every now and again when Spirit says this is what you have to do because you actually have been working hard on it. You actually have been putting time on it. And even though there's a part of you that says, yeah, I've been working hard, but I haven't all the way been convinced nor believed that this is really going to happen for me. But listen, truly, it's happening. It's absolutely going to show its face this week. And this is the first little indication of it. With the moon in Capricorn sextile and Saturn in Pisces, it's saying moon in Capricorn is like, I'm going to meet you. You've been doing the work. I'm going to show you in a reaction, in your emotion, in the way people respond to you, that the work is being done and that you're climbing up the ladder. And you no longer have to hold on to things that make you seem to be a victim. You no longer have to hold on to things that just feel like hard work. It says now is the time in which you say, you know what? It's time to work smarter, not harder. That's what that moon in Capricorn hitting that Saturn wants you to do. I'm just saying. Also on Tuesday, if that's not enough, you climbing up this ladder, here's that same moon in Capricorn trining Jupiter in Taurus. So if you pay attention to the steady climb, if you celebrate yourself and pat yourself on the back for the hard work that you've done through Saturn, Jupiter says, I got you. Here's a little nugget. Here's a little gem. Here's a little divine intervention. Here's an opportunity. Here's some money. At the very least, here's a good feeling. That feeling of being alive that you haven't felt in a really, really, really long time. Squirrel. That's a way that I divert and then come back with a little download, and then I'll talk to you about astrology in a minute. So many people, squirrel, have felt comfortable in their despair, have felt like it's better to be a victim. It's better to be given the pats on the back and the woe is me kind of look and the extra hugs and the attention for being downtrodden. Yo, it's time to get up out the basement. It's time to get up out the basement and say that you're no longer a victim. Victims do not receive Jupiter's pleasure. Victim does not receive Jupiter's opportunities. So with that moon in Capricorn trine in Jupiter, it's saying you're no longer a victim in this Pisces energy, no longer a victim to how spirit is trying to drive your car. You are open and surrendering to the changes that are come so Jupiter can put them Skittles on you, baby. Brrr, sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. Y'all too young for that. Also on Tuesday, that moon sextile in the sun is like, yo, our emotional nature allows us to shine with the compassion and the wisdom that's given to us through this Pisces season. The moon and the sun coming together is like a party, y'all. Why? Because our emotional understanding and the core being of who we are, the moon and the sun are coming together, understanding one another. That's like the inside knowing what the outer's doing and the outside knowing what the inner's doing. There's a party. There's a symbiosis that's happening, okay? So let it get on you in the light of Pisces energy. That's the main dog. That's the main stage, so to speak. And what Pisces energy looks like is all divine. It's all compassion. It's all unconditional love. As long as you stay in the light of surrender and do your best not to control anything or anybody, all of these skittles, all of these opportunities, the abundance, the prosperity, the joy that you've been praying for, the hard work that you've been laying out for yourself, things that people have seen and the things that people have not seen, that you've been trudging away in the basement behind closed doors, is about to come to light. Let it get on you, y'all. I'm so excited for this week. Can't you tell? It's sickening. Let's roll into Wednesday. Wednesday, that moon is going to be in Capricorn for a little while, but then it's going to go into Aquarius at 7:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But while that moon is in Capricorn, it's absolutely going to sextile Mercury. Mercury still being in Pisces at the time. So controlled emotions bring forth intuitive ideas and compassionate communication. I keep saying controlled emotions because the moon in Capricorn is all about controlled emotions. When we control our emotions, meaning when we think about a thing before we actually express, when we can look at a situation from a broader perspective, when we can give understanding, when we can give reasoning, when we can give practical, methodical, again, understanding of a thing. It says with the moon in Capricorn, sextiling Mercury, oh, as long as I control my reactions, as long as I know that there's a reason behind certain things, and I don't have to be so immediate and sharing and showing and emoting and being mad or angry or happy for that matter. Then as it sextiles Mercury, it says, oh, I can think clearly. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see clearly. I can think clearly. Aha. There's an aha moment where your brain is like, yes, I see the road. We should think this way. We should get this information. We should call this person. We should access these resources. That's what Mercury is all about. Let's plan it. Let's strategize. Let's make this thing happen based on the plan that I see before me. Because why? I controlled my emotions. Also, that moon in Capricorn will sextile Neptune in Pisces. Wait, what? Be inspired to utilize your creativity to escape and to climb. So that moon in Capricorn is like, keep it stepping, like the mountain goat going up the mountain. Moon in Capricorn, mountain goat, get it? The expression of keeping it moving in an ambitious kind of way says, yo, as you do that, continue to pray. As you do that, continue to ask through Neptune, through Pisces' planet while it's in Pisces. Are you kidding me? Neptune in Pisces and Neptune is Pisces' planet. Come on. It says continue to pray, continue to be inspired, continue to escape in a healthy way. Escapism absolutely can be healthy when it looks like daydreaming, when it looks like taking your time, when it looks like sitting back, meditating, and utilizing sound vibrations and all sorts of things to do what? Quiet the mind, to get the hits, to get the downloads, to get the information that mere humans are not privy to oftentimes because we're so in our head and we're moving real fast and we're controlled and we're like led by ego. Come on now. With the moon sextile and Neptune, it's like we ain't got time to be led by ego. You better listen to your grandmother on the other side that's been begging you to be that teacher. You better listen to your grandfather on the other side that's been begging you to acquire the family plot of land that is ours, that is yours, that's the family, that's the future generations. They're trying to talk to us, y'all. And as long as we slow down long enough this week and surrender to what's coming through and then move on it, you got to move on it, then we'll be all right. We'll be in alignment with spirit. Also, if that's not enough, lastly, on Wednesday, that moon slipping into Aquarius will then conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Power or arrogance. The answer lies in how many people you assist. You can either be powerful in who you are, or you can be arrogant in who you are with that same power. The difference is the fact that, are you going to help people with it? Are you going to assist? Are you going to be generous? Is the power that you receive going to leak outside of you to bring balance not only to humanity, but to the group effort of trying to save one another and balance out each other? That's the trick. Or are you just going to be arrogant about the power that you have and utilize it, hold on to it, be a miser, stick it in your pocket and wait to use it for the next 15 years and literally just holding on to something that's not really yours? Everything that we have comes from spirit. Everything that we have comes through us. We don't own anything. So with this power that I'm speaking of, how are you going to utilize it? How are you going to get it on people? Because another squirrel today. I'm excited today. Another situation is when we do share that power, you do know that is the rule to manifestation. You do know when we share, more comes back to us. If we're miserly and hoarding situations and tuck it in our bras, so to speak, and being in a cocoon about the inspiration, the love, the communication, the information. Did I say that already? Information, inspiration, all the information, all the stuff that's coming through. If we hide it, we're being selfish, y'all. If we hide it, it's not being utilized. If we hide it, it's not being used for the people in this age of Aquarius. So check yourself, all right? And what that power looks like. On Thursday, keeping it moving. And moon stays in Aquarius, but wait, cuidado. The only aspect for that day is that moon in Aquarius squaring Jupiter in Taurus. That's a big deal. You know why? Because this square brings like a halt. It says, wait, hold on. There's some contention in the midst. Well, what's the contention? Well, the contention is you think you know everything. The contention is all of these blessings and all of these wonderful things and this optimistic thought and feeling and these gems and these skittles. This is all Jupiter, right? That's sliding around you. Is it really yours? Do you know what to do with it? Can you utilize it? Is it for the people or is it for you? Should we do one for you and two for the people, or two for you and one for the people? All of these thoughts and these arrogant, overthinking types of scenarios that literally keeps you away from Jupiter. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Bottom line, on Thursday, do your best to try not to overthink any scenarios, thinking that you know it all, thinking that you got it in the bag, thinking that you worked hard enough to prove a point. Jupiter comes along and says, actually, there's more. There's more to give you. There's more to say. And that moon in Aquarius says, I don't think so. I know what I know. Like I like to say, don't cut your nose off to spite your face. There's always more. There's an infinite amount of money in this world. There's an infinite amount of energy in this world that a lot of people that are in so-called control don't want to talk about, don't want to admit. You understand? You are the leader of your own destiny, and you can do whatever you want with your own power. On Thursday, all I really want to say is don't overthink and think you know it all and can come up with a perfect plan when there's more to acquire, when there's more to consider. Okay? Friday, with that moon being in Aquarius, is going to go into Pisces at the very tail end of the day, though, at 8:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So most of the day on Friday, the moon will be in Aquarius. Again, connecting with the people, with your friends, with groups, being a little detached emotionally so you can see the bigger picture. That's what the moon in Aquarius is really all about. That particular day, Mercury will conjunct Neptune. That's a big deal. Why? Because Mercury is about to go into Aries the next day. This is the last rendezvous that Mercury, the planet, will have with another planet. So Mercury conjuncting Neptune says, intuit ideas and conversation. This is a great day to write or release mental clutter. That's a big, big, big deal. Again, because the moon is in Aquarius that day, moon in Aquarius always brings up overthinking situations that's fueled by emotions. Well, Mercury, being communication, says, as long as you don't overthink, as long as you connected to Neptune through spirit, through intuition, through music, through art, through escapism, through inspiration, through all things that you can feel but you can't touch. Listen, I will put you on the right path. I will put you on the right path to clear out your mind and receive what spirit has coming through you. Again, this week is a miraculous type of miracle making kind of week. Why? Because there's things that are coming and dropping into our lap that we never ever expected. Why? Because we've been doing the work on our insides. Why? Because we know we have to change. And we know sometimes in the midst of our change as human beings, we're not strong enough to do it ourselves. So we open up to Neptune energy. So we open up to Piscean energy. So we open up to spirit and our ancestors and our guides. We open up the music and art and the inspiration that is alive. We open up to it. So with Mercury conjuncting with Neptune on that day, it's saying open up to the inspiration. Think about it. Write it out. Get it going and make a plan based on what is told to you by spirit. Also on Friday, that moon will go into Pisces, like I said, at the end of the day, right? It's going to conjunct Venus. Ooh-wee, don't you love it when the moon conjuncts Venus? The moon is about emotions. The moon is about emotional reactions. The moon is about how we feel, right? Venus is about love, value, worth, money, beauty. Venus is about the things that it's like passionate. It's that boom, 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 that propulsion inside of our heart that keeps our heart beating. If it's in combination, in conjunction, in agreement with how we express things, we are expressing literally our passion. We are expressing how we feel through spirit. Why? Because it is in Pisces. Say what? I sound like a gosh darn broken record. It's Pisces this week. Come on, y'all. It's saying, the moon in Pisces conjuncting that Venus in Pisces, all things as well. All things that wake you up in the middle of the night, that inspire you to write, that inspire you to create, that inspire you to dream, go for it. Express it. Get it on people, even if they think you crazy. Even if they think you crazy. No, for real, I mean that. And why am I whispering? I have no idea. They gonna think you crazy, y'all. Because information coming from Pisces land hasn't been put in form yet. It's not necessarily solid and real. It's, again, imagination, it's thoughts, it's wishes, it's unconditional love and dreams, it's intangible. But at the same time, that's how life is built. That's how reality is built. It has to come from a thought first, right? A little spice of inspiration here and there. So let that get on you so you can build and you can start from the roots and get that tree going. You know what I'm saying? On Saturday, you ready for it? I don't know if y'all are. Yep, that moon is going to be in Pisces still. Keep an eye on that. But also Mercury goes into Aries. Mercury goes into Aries at 11:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday evening. When Mercury goes into Aries, it's about speaking what's on your mind. Bottom line, it is time that we actually say the thing that we feel. We already intuit the things when Mercury is in Pisces. Now that Mercury is in Aries, it's time to say it. It's time to implement. It's time to start. It's time to be a leader in our thoughts, a leader in the plan that we already set forth. Absolutely, it's time to be a little bit cautious about how you formulate those words, though. Because Aries is such a baby, it is a fire sign, and it's contentious at times. It loves to fight. Aries loves and goes looking for a fight so it can defend itself and anybody else that it needs to defend. But the bottom line is sometimes it doesn't have to defend anybody. Sometimes we have to take a beat before we actually say a thing to make sure that the person that's receiving it can benefit from it. At the very least, if you want to stay self-centered in that Aries energy, benefit you. Because you may say something that allows this person not to give you what it is that you need. Dig what I'm saying? So be careful how we say the things that we say while Mercury is in Aries. Also on Saturday, that moon in Pisces will conjunct Saturn in Pisces. You gotta love it again. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Earlier in the week, that moon was sextiling Saturn. And now, Saturday, that moon is in conjunction to Saturn. Again, feel good about the work and the lessons that you've learned and rise above it. Rise above it. And again, I have to bring this point back around. Pisces energy always begs for it to act in a victim-like way when it doesn't feel like Saturn is really doing his work, when it doesn't feel like Saturn is about to give it a break, because Saturn always rewards you for its hard work, for the hard work that you've done, right? There could be a notion for you to want to stay in your victimhood around about Saturday. Why? Because again, you're given attention when you're a victim. But here's the real spit. No one's a victim. I don't care how much the system has been designed against a certain people, class, race, nationality, economic status. We are not victims. You know why? Because we are children of God. Because we are connected to a divine source in which mere humans cannot control, even if they spend lifetimes and generations doing it. If you know this, you'll stay out of that victimhood, take the work that you've done and rise above it, knowing that you're nobody's victim, that you're God's child, and you're going to do whatever it is that you were set out to do. Staying with that moon in Pisces, come on now, on Saturday, that moon is going to sextile Jupiter. So if you stay out of the victimhood, you absolutely get the Skittles. Jupiter, celebrate any blessings, big or small. Life is sprouting and spring is coming. That's what that moon sextile in Jupiter is really, really all about. Again, if you stay in the inspiration to what's given, stay out of victimhood, stay in the unconditional love of all things, give from a giving perspective. All right? Love gives, hate takes. Love gives, y'all. So if you stay in the giving perspective, here comes Jupiter like, oh, it's a giver down there. I'm not saying give away your life. I'm just saying as you give with an open heart, Jupiter is going to replace it tenfold. Let it happen. Be open to the gems and the divine interventions that want to come through, i.e. miracles. Also on Saturday, that Mars in Aquarius, coming up out of nowhere, is squaring Uranus in Taurus. Moving with too much knowledge and arrogance stemming from aggression. It might take you away from seeing the change and the innovation that you need to do. So again, remember, Mars is about movement and motivation and anger responses, right? Angry responses. Mars squaring Uranus says, I know what I'm doing in Aquarius. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know who I know how to overthink. I know how to take this information and put it together with this information and not let the third party know. I'm smart. I can move in a smart way. Don't question me. That's arrogance, y'all. With that idea and movement, is squaring against Uranus that's saying, yo, I'm trying to bring you changes, cuz. I'm trying to make you original, cuz. You want to follow the leader, Rakim, I say peace? You want to follow everybody else doing what they're doing because you think they know and you know and all of this, but the real changes coming from Uranus is saying, yo, I got you on a whole nother page. I got you on a whole nother plan. And you want to go and do the things that you thought was perfect 5 years ago? 2 days ago? No. I'm telling you what to do now via the inspiration that's streaming through, via the conversations with God. Come on, y'all. Listen. All right? Don't move so fast. Also come on. God is dope. Also on Saturday, it ends with this aspect, with that sun, the sun in Pisces, right? Sextiling Uranus. So prior to that, again, if you're not caught up in your panties and bunched up in your panties about Mars knowing it all and wanting to go against Uranus, the sun is saying you absolutely don't know it all. But the sun is saying with an ego perspective, good ego, with the core perspective, with knowing who you are, you can bring the changes that Uranus wants to bring. That sun sextile in Uranus on Saturday says shine. Shine through the innovative hits. Shine through the energies that you're receiving all this week. Instead of moving in arrogance, knowing that you got it, I got it, like the little girl or little boy in your mind that's being rebellious. Nah, shine with what it is that you know, even if other people don't agree. Even if other people don't understand or agree with your shine. Shine anyway, because it's bringing you the innovations. It's bringing you the originality. It's bringing you the changes that you need, that you've been praying for. Come on, y'all. On Sunday, last day, of course, that new moon in Pisces is glorious. That new moon in Pisces hits at 20 degrees at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love the new moon in Pisces. You all know I love Pisces by now. I love every sign for everything that it brings. Each energy brings a different kind of magic. But Pisces energy is so old. It's so wise. It's the last incarnation of the zodiac. It is a culmination of all 11 signs before it. It believes. It says, I believe. I really know. Aquarius says, I know from an intellectual standpoint, but Pisces says, I know from an intuitive standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, from an unseen, unconditional love type of standpoint. I know because I've been here before, is what Pisces wants to say. So these new energies, these new opportunities, these new openings that are coming for you and to you, that new moon in Pisces is divine. Again, divine intervention. Spirit is like, I know you better than you do, baby. So listen to what I'm saying. Allow this newness to come in and change the trajectory of your life. That new moon in Pisces says, switch it forever because you are more mature now. You are emotionally connected now. You got the moment. I know why I'm here. So let's go. That new moon in Pisces will absolutely conjunct Neptune. You know why I'm so excited now? I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but that new moon in Pisces hitting Neptune is opening up Neptune again. Neptune is in Pisces. Neptune is Pisces' planet. I said that earlier. So the bottom line, it says open up to receive. Be receptive. Be receptive to all the miracles that are coming down on you because it knows you better than you know yourself. Your angels, your ancestors, your guides on the other side. Honestly, y'all, just stay in that walk day by day by day by day. You may have a couple of bouts this week where you have no idea what the heck you're doing. Like from a cerebral standpoint, I don't know why I've been called to talk to this person right here, but I'm just going to talk to them. I don't know why Spirit is telling me to give an email to this guy that I don't really like, but I'm going to give him an email anyway. The bottom line is listen to the hits, and you do know how the hits come, right? Spirit speaks in whispers. The mind runs things over and over and over and over and over and over and over like a computer. So listen for the whispers, y'all. Listen for the messages in your dreams. Also, on Sunday, Mercury being in Aries wants to sextile Pluto being in Aquarius. Come on now. Now this is on a whole nother tip. Mercury in Aries is like, let's go. I got the plan. I know what I'm doing. I'm bold about it. Now let's tap into power. Mercury, sextile, and Pluto. Let's tap into power. Let's tap into being transformative. Let's tap into being a bully for our own sake, for our best sakes. Let's tap into transforming who we are for the good. All right? With the ideas, with the information that we know that's bold and that's ready to be said, that's ready to be implemented. Yo, they on your side. You have no worries, none whatsoever. If you've been doing your work, if you've been healing your heart, if you've been listening, if you've been paying attention to who's trying to emulate you, who's trying to copy you, who's trying to poke straws in you and suck you dry, who's trying to divert you, not being a victim, but understanding you got to grow up. If you've been doing all of this shape shifting, knowing who you are, with Mercury being in Aries, it's not only time to speak it, but it's also time for you to be a little self-centered about how you think about how a plan should go. I'm going to include everybody else, but I am number one in this plan, is the thought when Mercury is in Aries. And when that's the thought and it couples with Pluto, it's saying, now I can be powerful. Now I can stand my ground. Let's go, y'all. Oh, I love this week. And lastly, that moon in Aries is also going to conjunct Mercury. So the feeling is there. Come on, speak it. And it's yours. Make sure there's a plan in place because Aries likes to start. It doesn't like to finish some things, but it does like to start. So make sure you work out the plan to get things going. Have a beginning, a middle, and end, okay? Be accountable for all the things that are coming down, for all the blessings, for all the gems, for all the things that want to find you, and allow your heart to open up and be ignited to receive. Be accountable for it, and then execute slowly but surely but assuredly. Because what? The plans are coming from the ethers. The plans are coming from spirit. The plans are coming from your own guides. And they're saying, do it now. It's time. It's almost time, especially as the spring is about to start, the official new year, astrological new year. This is when things are kicking off, you dig? So let's actually wrap up the winter. Let's wrap up this cocoon phase with some exuberance and come out of it knowing, you know what? I know who I am. What the back up? What? Yeah, you say? Time to do that thing and believe in yourself in all ways. Another thing I want to talk to y'all about before I actually pull a card for the week is, remember, I said this on Instagram, the peoples that are in charge are doing their best some kind of way to manipulate what it is that the audience or the people on social media, and that's all platforms, are seeing and engaging in. So I need for y'all to do me a favor, do all of us a favor that actually rely on social media in some way for money in our pocket, to move our business along. We need you to like and share and comment. We need you to engage, because it keeps the algorithm a little thrown off, because what they're doing honestly and purposely is shutting down content getting to certain people. They're trying to keep our consciousness at a particular level. You dig what I'm saying? They're trying to keep us dumb. So the bottom line is, even though we keep coming at you, we need your engagement to keep it coming forward. Please take that to heart and know that this is not a marketing ploy. This is us helping and supporting each other for the light of God and the things that resonate with us. You dig? So go ahead, like, subscribe, and do the things that we do over here. I'd really appreciate it. And so would the other people that are giving really, really good content on these social media platforms. I'm sure they would. All right, y'all. Let's pick the card for the week. You gots to be kidding me. God is so dope. We have the rebirth card this week, y'all. Come on now. We just talked about all of this. Let it get on you so you can reborn yourself. This card depicts the evolution of consciousness as it's described by Friedrich Nietzsche in his book, Thus Spake Thesera. He speaks of the three levels of the camel, the lion, and the child. The camel is sleepy, dull, self-satisfied. He lives in delusion, thinking he's a mountain peak, but really he's so concerned with others' opinions that he hardly has any energy of his own. Emerging from the camel is the lion. When we realize that we've been missing life, we start saying no to the demands of others. We move out of the crowd, alone and proud. But this is not the end. Finally, the child emerges, neither acquiescent nor rebellious, but innocent and spontaneous and true to his own being. Whatever space you're in right now, if you're sleepy or depressed, you're roaring or rebellious, be aware that it will evolve into something new if you allow it. New moon in Pisces. It is time for growth and change. Ashe. Ashe, aho, matakwe, I say. Take that with ya. In my opinion, the most important part about that particular card is the child, because oftentimes we do come out roaring and it's about me and I want to do what I need to do, and we stay in that ego space. But that child says, I don't need to be egotistical about what it is that I desire. I don't need to be egotistical about who I am. All I have to do is stay in the light of God. All I have to do is release and surrender to what is divinely mine, and all else will fall away. Or ego, or contrary beliefs, all enemies and or competition will be released naturally because I exist in the light of God. That's my prayer for you, is that you take this rebirth card, that you take this reading and continue to surrender in the light of God and how it looks for you. That's what matters, y'all. Okay? Stay with that divinity within your own soul and you'll always win. For real. Go ahead and like and subscribe and comment and do the things that we do over here. I'd greatly appreciate that. Visit my website at wordlifeastrology.com and I'll see you next week. You know I will. Enjoy yourself. Follow me on Instagram and all of those things that they are watching right now. Take care and much love to your heart. Adios.